Sherlock Holmes wasn't real, but the London of his adventures often was. And if you follow the clues in his stories, you can still find hints of it everywhere. So, in anticipation of Moriarty on Audible, here's a walking tour of his nemesis London, a study in Sherlock if you will. So strap on your comfiest pair of sneakers, because we'll be visiting 17 locations in 3.5 hours. Oh yeah, you'll definitely get your 10,000 steps in, that's for sure. There's no other place to start a Sherlock Holmes tour than at 221B Baker Street. The iconic home base of Holmes & Watson was introduced in the detective's first tale and remained throughout the series. It's now home to the Sherlock Holmes Museum, where you can actually tour a replica of that flat. Mrs. Hudson not included, of course. But back in Sir Arthur Conan Doyle's day, this actually wasn't where 221B Baker Street was located at all. The street has been renumbered since then. The original 221B is the present-day 31 Baker Street. Head 10 minutes down Baker Street and you'll find 31 Baker Street, which Sir Arthur Conan Doyle revealed to be his actual inspiration for their abode. Unfortunately, 31 is under construction, but hey, one day you might actually live in it. 14 minutes west, there's a spot frequented by Irene Adler, the woman of the franchise. She may only be in a few Holmes stories, but hey, she's certainly memorable, isn't she? Like when Holmes was a reluctant witness at her wedding to a barrister at the Church of St Monica on Edgware Road.
I was half dragged up to the altar, and before I knew where I was, I found myself mumbling responses which were whispered in my ear and vouching for things of which I knew nothing, and generally assisting in the secure tying up of Irina Adler, spinster, to Godfrey Norton, bachelor.
Now, the church didn't exist. There is, however, a Church of St Mark's almost exactly at that location. Sleuths think Doyle used it as a model. Next, we'll turn 10 minutes southwest towards Paddington train station. The bustling station is mentioned a full 5 times over the saga. Perhaps most importantly, it seems to be the first place we see Holmes in his trademark hat.
Sherlock Holmes was pacing up and down the platform, his tall, gaunt figure made even gaunter and taller by his long grey travelling cloak and close-fitting cloth cap.
Next, to get a little greenery, we're going to head 20 minutes south through Hyde Park to the Speaker's Corner. This traditional space for public debate during the 1800s also saw Watson attempt to emulate Holmes's detective work. And fail at it. We can't all be consulting detectives. Head east down Oxford Street for 15 minutes, then up a block you'll find a place where mischief was afoot. Sure, it looks quaint now, it really does, but this was where a falling brick shattered at Sherlock's feet, alerting him to Moriarty's plot against him.